Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Dr. Bill here. Today's video is going to be a little bit different in nature. If you remember, in my last video, I did a thorough cleaning of my gas cap, and as a result of that, the check engine light went off and my Jeep was able to pass its emissions test. But for some people, they will go out and buy a new gas cap, install it properly, and the check engine light does not go off. And you'll get a check indicator light, or you may just get a gas cap warning in your dash. Now, when this happens, based on research I've done, most of the time the problem isn't your gas cap. It's a piece called the Evaporative System Integrity Module, ESIM. In fact, it looks just like this. Now, in the Jeep Liberty, the vehicle I'm in, this part is located behind the rear driver's wheel near the bumper. So, again, getting back to today's video, this Jeep that I use, I have almost 80,000 miles on it. It's a 2009 Liberty. This Jeep is used pretty much as our long-haul vehicle. It's not really our around-the-town car, not around-the-town vehicle. And the more I read up on this ESIM, the more that I read that this is not a particularly robust part. And the older your car gets, the greater the likelihood that this system is going to go out. And I didn't want to find myself in a situation where I was on the road a long way from home and suddenly I get a check engine light, gas cap, etc., etc. So what I'm going to do in today's video is I am going to change out the EMIS, preventatively. I got online, I found out I can get an aftermarket part. It's only going to cost me $25, and for the peace of mind it will bring, it's worth the effort. So I've never really made this type of repair before. The fact of the matter is, until I started looking at this gas cap issue, I did not even know that this ESIM was even in the car. So today I'm going to attempt to change this part in my effort to promote my endeavor of teaching an old dog new tricks. So continue watching and let's see how this repair or replacement goes. So this is the part that we're going to be replacing. This is located near the rear bumper on the driver's side. The first thing I'm going to do is detach the plug on the right, and then we will detach the hose on the top. This is kind of an interesting development. This hose was extremely difficult to get off, and I wound up breaking it off the part. So I'm going to have to manually extract that piece out of the hose. I don't think it'll be too hard, but just be advised that these pieces can break. So I now have that piece out, but I have to tell you that part did not want to come off of that hose. But with some finagling, I got it out. Now the next step is going to be to get the part out. And again, it's going to be coming. I'm going to be turning it in this direction right here. Okay. Look at this new piece right by my finger. There is a tab that you need to press in. I'm showing you this now because I don't think I'm going to be able to hold the camera and remove the piece at the same time. So I just wanted to give you a heads up that you're going to need to depress that, and you're going to need to turn the part, and the base is going to go to your right, to remove the piece. So this is what the new part looks like. Just turn it around here. Whoops. That's a front and back view. So once I lifted that piece up, that tab up, this module came out very, very quickly, very easily. So now I'm going to replace this gasket that you can see right here, that gasket that just came out, and we'll put the new piece back in. Okay, so now I'm going to put the gasket back in here. Fits in nicely, no problem. We will now attempt to put the part back in. Now the part's going to go in, based on the way I screwed it out, it should go in at about the 5 o'clock position. Oh yeah, there it goes. And it just should screw just like that. Bingo. Oh boy, it's in there. Okay. So let me just, it's in there solidly. And now, put this hose back on. Oh, much easier to go back on than to take off. And the electrical connector goes in just like this. I'm not really happy about this electrical connector, but I'll double check that. But anyway, it goes back in. You hear a click. Job is done. Job is finished. So in the readings that I've been doing, they've been saying you typically have to drive this thing a couple hundred miles to get, if you have a check engine light on, it takes a couple hundred miles to for this to register in the system. So don't be discouraged if you make the change and your check engine light stays on. It probably needs to go through a full cycle. So I've driven my Jeep about 50 miles since I completed the replacement. As you can see, there is no check engine light that has come on. So I believe that this has been a very successful operation on my part. So it really wasn't that hard to replace the unit. So even with filming, it only took me about 25 minutes to get this job done. The hardest part actually was getting that hose off. That sucker was really on there. You saw how I broke the part. But the broken piece came out of the hose very simply. It reinstalled very simply. And I feel very confident that given the number of miles I've driven since I completed the changeover, that this was done successfully. And the bottom line for me with this is it gives me the peace of mind, even though it wasn't necessary at the time, it gives me the peace of mind when I'm out on the highway of knowing I won't get that gas cap prompt, or I won't get a check engine light. So I hope you found this helpful. I did not find this a particularly difficult job at all. In fact, it was probably the easiest work I've done on the Jeep with any of these Jeep Repair for Beginner videos. So I'm real happy with the outcome. So folks, I'll see you in the next video.